Before you walk into Dollar Tree again, there is something every older shopper needs to know. The smallest price tag in the store can sometimes hide the biggest inconvenience at home. A product that costs only $1 or $2 may look harmless, but if it slips, breaks, irritates your skin, expires too quickly, or forces you to make a second trip, that bargain can cost much more than expected. And one of the most concerning items on this list is something many seniors keep beside the bed every single night. So before you fill your cart, look closely at these 10 purchases, because a few seconds of checking could save you money, frustration, and possibly a painful accident. You would be awesome if you subscribed and liked this video. Here are 10 Dollar Tree items seniors should inspect carefully before buying. 1. Lightweight bath mats. A soft mat for a small price seems like an easy way to make the bathroom safer, but the part you need to inspect is not the colorful fabric on top. Turn it over and examine the backing. Some lightweight mats have very little grip, especially once the floor collects moisture or cleaning residue. That is particularly dangerous for anyone with reduced balance, arthritis, or limited ankle mobility. The edges can also curl after washing, creating a raised corner exactly where a bare foot is likely to catch it. Before buying, place the mat on the store floor and gently push it with your shoe. If it moves easily, leave it behind. At home, never place a loose decorative mat on top of another rug, and do not assume a pattern labeled bath automatically means slip resistant. A heavier mat with a verified non-slip backing may cost more, but stability matters far more than matching the shower curtain. 2. Reading glasses. They look convenient. Pick a magnification, try them for a moment, and suddenly the small print becomes clearer. Over-the-counter readers can be useful for people who already know the strength they need, but they are not a substitute for an eye examination. Both lenses normally have the same power, while many people have different needs in each eye or an astigmatism that inexpensive readers do not correct. Optical distortion near the lens edges can contribute to headaches or dizziness. If you buy a backup pair, inspect the lenses for scratches and look through each lens separately at straight shelf lines. If the lines appear bent or unusually distorted, choose another pair. Use readers for close work, then remove them before walking around unless your eye care professional has advised otherwise, and if your vision has changed suddenly, do not solve the problem by simply buying stronger glasses. A new prescription or medical evaluation may be more important than a cheap pair near the register. 3. Extension cords and outlet adapters. This is the aisle where the package matters more than the price. A cord may look thick on the outside while still being intended only for light indoor use. Before purchasing, check for a recognized safety certification, the electrical rating, cord length, grounding, and whether the product is approved for indoor or outdoor use. Never use a light-duty extension cord for a heater, microwave, air conditioner, kettle, or other high-wattage appliance unless its rating clearly supports that load. The warning text is often tiny, so use your phone camera to enlarge it before buying. At home, discard cords that become warm, smell unusual, spark, or have loose plugs. Do not route them under rugs, where damage can remain hidden. Saving a few dollars is not worth placing an underrated electrical accessory beside a bed, oxygen equipment, or a frequently used recliner. For anything carrying a substantial load, buy the correctly rated product from a retailer with detailed specifications. The next item looks even more ordinary, and that is exactly why so many people stop checking it. It sits in kitchens, bathrooms, and bedrooms, yet one weak piece can turn a simple household task into a fall. 4. Plastic step stools. A small stool can seem perfect for reaching a high cabinet, but inexpensive lightweight models are often better suited for a child sitting down than an adult climbing up. Check the weight rating, molded into the stool, or printed on the label. Look closely at the feet. Smooth plastic on tile can slide, and narrow folding joints can pinch fingers or fail to lock completely. Even a stool rated for your weight can become unstable if you lean sideways to reach beyond its base. That sideways reach is where many falls begin. If the package does not clearly state a weight capacity, if the top surface flexes under hand pressure, or if the legs do not lock with an unmistakable click, do not use it for climbing. A stable step stool should have a broad platform, non-slip feet, a secure locking mechanism, and ideally a handle to hold. Better still, reorganize frequently used items between waist and shoulder height so a stool is rarely necessary. The safest bargain is the one that removes the need to climb at all. 5. Pill organizers. The low price is attractive, and for vitamins or occasional travel, these boxes may be adequate. But if you rely on an organizer for several important prescriptions, inspect every hinge and latch. Some lids are difficult for arthritic fingers to open, while others pop open too easily inside a bag. Small printed letters can be hard to distinguish, especially when morning and evening compartments use similar colors. Compartments may also be too shallow for larger tablets, encouraging people to force the lid closed or move pills into an unlabeled container. Before using any organizer, make sure the layout matches your schedule and can be read under normal lighting. Ask a pharmacist whether any medication should remain in its original packaging because of moisture, light, or identification requirements. Fill the box in a quiet place, then compare it with the prescription labels before closing each compartment. If a latch begins sticking or loosening, replace replace the organizer immediately. This is one product where convenience must never come at the expense of taking the wrong dose. 6. Canned and packaged food with damaged containers. Dollar Tree can offer genuine value on pantry staples, but a low price should never persuade you to ignore the condition of the package. Avoid cans that are swollen, leaking, deeply dented along a seam, or heavily rusted. Check jars for a raised safety button, cracked glass, or residue around the lid. Examine boxes for broken inner seals, and check the best by date rather than assuming newer stock is always placed in front. Compare the price per ounce with the grocery store, because a smaller Dollar Tree package can sometimes cost more per serving. When you get home, rotate new purchases behind older food, and write the opening date on containers that require refrigeration. The bargain is only real when the food is intact, suitable for your diet, and likely to be eaten. 7. High-sodium frozen meals and snacks. A single box can appear inexpensive and convenient, especially for someone cooking for one, but turn the package around before placing it in your cart. Look at the serving size first. A package that appears to be one meal may list more than one serving, which means the sodium, saturated fat, and added sugar numbers must be multiplied. Sodium can rise quickly in frozen sandwiches, soups, processed meats, and seasoned snack mixes. That does not mean every frozen item is a bad purchase, and individual dietary needs differ, but the front of the box rarely tells the whole story. Compare several options and choose the one that fits guidance from your doctor or dietitian. Add frozen vegetables, fruit, or another minimally processed side when possible. Also inspect the package for thawing, ice buildup, torn seams, or a box that feels wet. Those signs may indicate temperature changes. Convenience should make life easier, not quietly work against a health plan you have spent years trying to follow. Have you noticed the pattern? The greatest risk is often not the product category itself. It is the missing information, the tiny label, or the assumption that such a small purchase does not deserve inspection. The next item proves that even something used for only a few minutes can create a problem that lasts for days. 8. Heavily fragranced cleaning products and air fresheners. A pleasant smell can make a room feel clean, but fragrance is not proof that a surface is sanitary, and stronger is not always better. Aerosols, concentrated cleaners, scent beads, and plug-in products may bother people with asthma, chronic lung conditions, migraines, or fragrance sensitivity. The print on small bottles can also be difficult to read, increasing the risk of using a product on the wrong surface or combining chemicals that should never be mixed. In particular, never mix bleach with ammonia, vinegar, acids, or other cleaners. Before buying, read the active ingredients, ventilation instructions, and first aid warnings. Choose a trigger bottle you can grip comfortably and avoid containers that leak around the cap. At home, keep products in their original labeled bottles and use only the recommended amount. If you need a magnifier to read the directions, enlarge the label with your phone before the first use. A simple unscented cleaner may be a better choice than several products that leave the room smelling powerful but make breathing uncomfortable. 9. Bargain batteries and battery-powered lights. Batteries are easy to toss into the cart because almost every household needs them, but performance and shelf life vary. Inspect the expiration date and packaging for corrosion, moisture, or loose cells. Cheap batteries may be acceptable for a low-drain clock or remote, but emergency flashlights, medical accessories, smoke alarms, and mobility equipment deserve dependable batteries recommended by the device manufacturer. Never mix old and new batteries or combine different brands and chemistries in the same device. If a flashlight is intended for emergencies, test it monthly and keep a second light where it can be reached without walking through a dark room. Small adhesive lights also deserve caution. The tape may fail on textured walls, and the light can fall at night or detach when the battery compartment is opened. For stairways and bathrooms, a properly installed night light or motion light with reliable brightness is usually safer than a temporary product balanced on a shelf. 10. Kitchen knives, peelers, and scissors with thin handles. A dull blade is not automatically safer than a sharp one. When a blade struggles to cut, you apply more pressure, making it more likely to slip. Lightweight handles can twist in the hand, and molded plastic may become slippery when wet. Before buying, check whether the handle fills your palm comfortably and whether the blade is firmly seated without movement. Avoid products with exposed rough edges, loose pivot screws, or packaging that prevents you from seeing how the blade joins the handle. For anyone with arthritis or reduced grip strength, an ergonomic peeler or spring-assisted scissors may be worth the additional cost. Keep cutting tools dry, store them where the blade is protected, and replace anything that loosens. The same rule applies to can openers. If the gears skip and force repeated squeezing, the tool is no longer saving effort. A dependable kitchen tool should reduce strain, not demand more of it. But there is another Dollar Tree danger that never appears on a warning label. It begins before you pick up any product at all. It is the way a quick trip for 3 necessities quietly becomes a basket of 20 small purchases. The store is designed around discovery. Seasonal displays greet you near the entrance. Familiar-looking packages create a sense that comparison is unnecessary because the price feels low. Yet 10 items at $1.50 already total $15 before tax. tax, and multi-price merchandise can raise the bill much faster. Decide on a spending limit before entering, and use a basket when your list is short. Read every shelf label, because Dollar Tree no longer means one universal price. Compare unit prices, especially for detergent, food, paper products, and personal care. Keep your receipt until food has been opened and household items have been tested. Photograph labels with tiny instructions so you can enlarge them at home. Look for intact seals, clear expiration dates, weight ratings, electrical certifications, and non-slip backing. When a product supports your balance, stores medication, touches food, carries electricity, or is used during an emergency, judge it by reliability first and price second. Dollar Tree is not a store seniors need to fear. It can be an excellent place for greeting cards, simple craft supplies, disposable party goods, and many everyday basics. But the smartest shoppers do not confuse inexpensive with risk-free, and they do not allow a tiny price to hurry an important decision. Slow down, turn the package over, read what the front label leaves out, and ask whether the item will still feel like a bargain after 10 uses. The money you save should make life easier. It should never cost you your comfort, your confidence, or your safety.